Hello, it's Steve with CarSmart, Niagara Falls, Ontario, and we have a 2016 Toyota Corolla, one of the best-selling cars in North America, in the world for that matter, to show you today. Now this particular one is an LE with an upgrade package, so lots of little extras in it, so let's have a look around. It's an Ontario car, Oakville and Mississauga ownerships by the look of the Carfax history report. 2 owners since new as mentioned, non-smoker. It's got, say, the LE upgrade package, which gives us the nice fancy aluminum alloy wheels. It's got fog lights as part of that package. SunRoof, both tilts up for venting as well as slides open for, for open air driving. And then upgraded interior features with like upholstery, upgraded leather wrap wheel. I believe it's a little nicer sound system in it. To double check, there's something else I'm missing. Oh, I mentioned the aluminum wheels. Yeah, so it comes with those. Now, with those alloy wheels, we've got brand new tires on it as well. All 4 matching all-season steel belted radials. You can see it has splash guards on it. And I apologize, I had this all chamoised off and then it started to rain again just as I'm starting the video here. But color is called slate metallic with sort of a premium sort of gray cloth upholstery. Now these all come with LED projector beam lighting. Okay, so very, very bright lighting, and then quartz halogen fog lights are part of that upgrade package. It's a nice sort of gray-blue metallic inside, nice contrast with the inside. You've got sort of what's called solar tinted windows, which are a light tint. Some people like a real dark tint, and that certainly can be accommodated at a nominal cost if you like a darker tint. Let's take a walk around on it. Carfax did show one minor police reported incident on this back corner. Again, it said minor damage. There was no follow-up claim. I can see one area where it was touched up, but again, all in all, pretty nice shape. LE model as mentioned. One thing Toyota do too to really extend the life, it's a good example of sort of the quality components they're using, but it's stainless steel exhaust systems last much, much longer than a regular aluminized exhaust. Things like a diversity antenna that's integrated into that back window to give better reception. You've got, of course, locked fuel door with inside release. Now the rain's starting to come a little harder here, so we're going to move inside, but just a couple of things. What they call the breakaway mirror designs. Now these little stick-on parabolic mirrors give you a wider field of vision. That was done by a previous owner. If you don't want those on, they can easily be removed. Let's get out of the rain here. So as mentioned, just 143,883 kilometers on it. Now we've got full power groups, sort of power windows, door locks, and your mirrors are over here. This little switch just ahead of the power door locks is a window lockout. When that's pressed down, it sort of cancels the power windows on all 3 power windows, the 2 rear and the front passenger seat. So if you have children sitting in any of those positions, it's going to cancel the switch so that they can't play with the power windows. See, power mirrors are here. These are automatically heated when you activate your electric defrosting for the back window. This is your dimmer control for all your sort of dash lights and whatnot. And you'll see it's a nice sort of pale blue sort of LED backlighting, electroluminescent lighting. So it gives it real good, I guess, clarity and contrast, so it doesn't get washed out in the bright sunlight, which is nice. And of course, nice clean instrumentation, not overly digitized, but tachometer with your engine speed on the left, big speedometer in the middle, dual scale, so it gives you the your kilometers on the outside being a Canadian car, and then the inner scale being your miles per hour. The little red light there is just a seatbelt warning light, as I don't have mine currently done up. Fuel gauge, fog light indicator on off. Now your lights control are all over here, and I have them manually switched into the the headlight position, but we do have an auto mode as well, where the ambient light is picked up through sensors up on the dash, and it will automatically turn your headlights off in the morning at sunrise, and of course at sunset, and it starts to get dark out, it automatically turns them back on. So that's where most people will leave it. That middle position is what's called the parking lights, and then this little rocker switch here turns off and on those front fog lights. Now, again, part of that LE upgrade was that nice leather wrap steering wheel, so it's a little thicker rimmed wheel. The leather certainly gives it a real nice feel, and it's got the contour, so it sort of holds your hands sort of at that 10 and 2 position in sort of a nice comfort mode. Also, going back in Okay, we're back. My apologies, I accidentally hit the wrong button and shut her down. Anyways, I wanted to focus in on that sort of central cluster where you can see not only the odometer, but on the upper left the engine temperature gauge, outside ambient temperature gauge, currently 22 degrees, and then the P, which indicates, of course, your park position of your automatic transmission. Moving along, again, we talked about the leather-wrapped wheel. Of course, airbags. You've got dual-stage airbags in these vehicles. So, both in the driver's steering wheel as well as the upper dash on the passenger side, a dual-stage or smart airbag was developed by Toyota to really accommodate different types of accidents. Not every frontal or major collision is the same speed and the same amount of energy involved. So these will deploy at two different levels based on the amount of impact energy, all designed to keep you safe. We have 8 airbags throughout the vehicle. Down below, under the driver's knee portion, there's what they call a driver's knee airbag, and this is all designed to protect your knees from steering column and submarining down underneath that steering wheel, allowing that airbag to protect you up front and that lower airbag down below. We also have curtain airbags that extend up over both the front window and also over the rear window. Side impact airbags within the seats themselves. So in total we have 9 airbags protecting you, and these are one of the safest, sort of, it's not well, it is considered a compact car. It's not a subcompact, the smallest class. But these have very good safety ratings from all the crash testing, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration in the U.S., Transport Canada that do their own independent testing. So you can't really beat them in their class. Of course, reliability is what keeps people coming back from Toyotas over the years, and why they often stick within the family, because I just had a lady in today that bought a Toyota RAV4 from me, and her Corolla finally died with 450,000 kilometers on it. Not from mechanical, rust finally got to it, and they didn't rust brew it as frequently as they should have, and anyways, again, this is what makes Toyota lifelong buyers. On the steering wheel, of course, we have all the upgraded steering wheel components, also part of that LE upgrade package, so volume controls, multimedia controls, your mode and mute button, a back button for all that control, and then you have your voice controls, phone controls, and a display control. So the display control is sort of what controls all our devices here, trip computers, distance to empty, all that good stuff. And these get very, very good fuel economy. I was just looking at this earlier. Let me just reference this. But these are rated at 8.2 liters per 100 on the highway cycle, 6.2 in the city, all running on regular gas. Toyota has really, stuck with tried and true technology. So a lot of other manufacturers have gone to turbo engines in their smaller cars, and even 3 cylinders and with turbos to get better fuel economy but still more power. But believe me, those all lead to problems in the long run. Tried and true double overhead cam, multi-point fuel injection. It's not sexy, it's not the most powerful engines out there, but they last, and they do the job more than adequately. So we have digital clock up front top. The air conditioning is on right now, and it is ice cold. We have, of course, hazard lights, a larger screen here as well with this package. And then it's a full color screen, of course, acts as your camera screen as well. When I go into backup mode, you'll see your full color display there with the sort of parking lines and a centering line, making it easier to access that. Now, I've got my phone hooked up right now so to Bluetooth audio. So Bluetooth audio gives you the ability to stream directly from your phone, whether you have downloaded music to your phone, or even like an iPad or those type of devices, any kind of tablets can be hooked up with Bluetooth, just like your Bluetooth hands-free phone. So it's all wireless communication for both phone calling as well as media integration as well. Now you can go back to the main car menus here, and of course your trip odometers, your phone menus. Again, you can access your phone book with this as well. And then, of course, volume controls, tone controls, your setup buttons here. So this is sort of the main menu for the vehicle. And, where you can go in and change your display, tones, etc., general setup, vehicle settings, audio settings, for fade and balance and treble and bass and all that good stuff. So pretty straightforward integration there. Say, all set up for multimedia, so AM, FM plus the Bluetooth, and it has a CD player. So a lot of people have a CD collection, especially us older folks, and it plays not only regular store-bought CDs, but MP3 or sort of burned CDs as well. We also get upgraded automatic climate control air conditioning with the LE upgrade package. So once you've dialed in your temperature here in the digital display, the car will automatically take over when you hit the auto button. It'll select whether you want air conditioning, recirculation, or fresh air. It'll select your airflow and your fan speed, but you can override it. And if you find this too high or too low, I can change this. I can change my fan speeds. I can change all these controls as well. So you have complete override. And then you've got defrosting for front and rear. Of course, rear being electric, front being air ventilated through the top. We have an in-cabin filter inside the glove box or in behind the glove box, and these just pop off. It's very easy to do. And in-cabin filters are something you can save a lot of money on if you're changing them yourself. It's really a 2-minute job once you know how to take the glove box apart to get at it. You don't need to pay the dealer or your service provider extra for that. And then you've got power plugs here, heated seats with 2 stages, low-high for both driver and passenger. Over here we have other wired inputs, so we have both a USB port as well as an auxiliary audio input port. So it's Bluetooth or iPod compatible is the word I was looking for, as well as other MP3 devices you can plug in if you have older MP3 devices to store your music collections. And of course you can plug in a USB stick, you can plug in devices into the USB that not only charge but can feed in as well. So lots of way to push media into the vehicle. The transmission here, so get the right angle, there we go. Park, reverse, neutral, drive. Then you've got a sport mode and a braking mode with the transmission. And you can actually kind of manually shift through the gears with that if you so choose. You can select to turn off the traction control as well as the vehicle stability control. Having pushed that button, you'll see a little light down there that says TRC off. So that's telling you your traction control is off in case you've accidentally hit it. But it does disable the traction control and the anti-skid control. Not something you're going to normally want to do because those are safety features that are going to work for you. But there can be some very unusual wintertime set of events or type of driving conditions where you need to spin your wheels, but I can get into more of that later. A conventional handbrake, armrest flips up, and there's sort of a dual level for storage. Nice deep central storage within there as well. Second key, so again this is a regular key setup, it's not these fancy push buttons like you see in a lot of the newer cars. So a lot of people like these because they're a little lower technology, which aka less to go wrong, right? When you get into all these sensors and everything, sometimes there can be more issues there. That's your cruise control, which I neglected to mention as well. But 2 keys. Here's a Carfax history. You can see 29 different service records, so lots and lots of service. There was that one police reported incident. This was just in not long ago, November 2020, November 2025. But as you can see there, minor damage, left rear. No claim was made, no body shop estimate, so that just usually means they paid for it out of pocket if it was a minor scratch. You can see it was spot where there's a little touch up there now. Nothing major though, strictly cosmetic. We have a day-night rear view mirror, overhead lights, map lights, and then of course your overhead lights for both front as well as overhead here up top. I'll just sort of put that into the door position, but your overhead lamp. Then you've got that nice big power sunroof. You do have a sliding sunshade here where we can draw it across to keep it nice and shady. Some people are more light sensitive if it's very bright out, but it certainly lets more light in the car, so I really like these. Tilts up for venting, slides fully open, which I won't do now with the rain pouring down. You've got visor mirrors on both driver and passenger side. Upgraded 6-speaker audio. You see the little speakers up in the upper doors. Those are what they call tweeters, and that gives you real better high fidelity, the high frequency treble notes. And you've got side window demisters on both sides that are going to blow and obviously keep those clean. We have height adjustable seat belts with collision pretensioners. So pretensioners are really linked with the airbag system, and they're designed to tighten those front belts in a serious accident. again, when the airbags are deployed, and if it's a serious enough collision, the pretensioners will recognize that as well. They're intelligent and they'll tighten up. And of course, with no slack in your seatbelt, it's going to better restrain you, and again, all adds to better safety. Nice bolstering on the seats. These are very comfortable. The driver's seat has a height adjuster as well, so it lifts up for those that need that little extra height for visibility. You've got anti-whiplash head restraints, both front and rear. These are designed to absorb impact along with the seats to reduce whiplash. And because you can see the little hangers, you know, the handles, I should say, that pull down, so it just makes for easier entry and exit for those that getting in and out, especially as we get all the doors themselves. You can see have pockets with nice big sort of drink holders. Rear seat, child-proof door locks are here. They can be shut down to reduce or eliminate the ability to open up the doors from inside. Seat back pocket, also part of the upgrade package. There's little cup holders that drop down here, cup holders within that center armrest, and then like the front doors, you have sort of storage pockets and the sort of cup holders there. Now we have latch or isofix anchor points, so you can put car seats in any of the 3 positions across the back. Excuse me. Now, one thing I will do here quickly is open up fuel door and trunk. So, gas cap door. Now, you notice there's no premium gas required. You know, it's just regular gas, easy to get to. It's a locked access, so you can keep thieves from siphoning your gas. You've got 2 sets of floor mats. The carpet mats are down now, covered in plastic, but you've got also the winter mats, and then you've got the split folding rear seats. So they fold independently. There's release levers on the inside to release them. You can drop one or both of the rear sections down underneath the carpeting. Of course, you've got your spare tire. It's never been out of it. You can tell it's brand new. All the tools are there, and there's a little extra space for storage down below. Those are just your license plate lights. Of course, your rear camera as well. Now, it's not raining too hard, so we'll quickly go down under hood. You'll notice the battery has been changed. We did not do that. That was done by the past owner, but nice fresh battery is always good. These batteries typically, 7-8 years. This is certainly due. Even that's not uncommon, so it's good to know that. You've got your air filter drops in through here. We've changed all the filters too, like air filter, oil change, in-cabin filter have all been changed, and that's all part of our safety inspection and maintenance upgrades. And that's included in our pricing. I'm just sort of zooming in there on the power brake fluid reservoir, your coolant reservoir, your oil dipstick, adding engine oil to the top. It's just, everything is easy to get to on these. It's not overly busy. Some cars, gosh, you can hardly get in and, find out where the dipstick is or this or that. And many, especially high-end European cars, you don't even have dipsticks in the darn things anymore. You've got to go through a computer to do it. And, they're just trying to push you back to the dealer where they can charge you an arm and a leg to maintain it. So, this pretty much wraps it up, folks. 2016 Corolla LE with the upgrade package. Nice little car, great safety, and really top reliability. I'm Steve, we're CarSmart in Niagara Falls. Thanks for watching.